Welcome to my orbiter. Nothing impressive here, but I figured I would just show it off a little bit, mostly to the people who keep asking me about it, and they're not on Warframe, or they're considering about getting back on Warframe, or they've seen Warframe, but they don't really understand what I'm talking about when I keep going on about decorations and whatnot. But also to the people who want some ideas or whatever, I got a few other videos I'm trying to do where I just showcase the decorations. I'm in a solo clan. I really don't try to specialize in recruiting right now. I plan to. So anything that I'm showing off, it's kind of like Lego brick building. I don't really consider it anything special. It's just fun, just a hobby. Hopefully anybody who can get some ideas off of it can just contribute to the community at large. That's all I look forward to. And if you like what you see, hey, give me a thumbs up. If not, cool, whatever. But anyways, yeah, let's get a different angle of this, because I've gone through a lot of stages. To anybody who needs to know, I haven't been on Warframe that long. It's been just since 2017. I would consider myself maybe a novice player, not really beginner, not advanced in any kind of way. But at the same time, this is where I have my most fun. It's just decorating and customizing things and repurposing what seemed to not have any purpose, at least in my eyes, in the first place. And like these sculptures, which, they're just all over the place, but hey, turn some upside down and turn it into a tabletop and put another thing on it, and one of my rewards, and there you go. It actually looks a little bit better in my eyes, at least. I do the gold, the green, the white, the black on the outside for my color scheme the most. It just happens to be a vibrant pattern that brings out the shapes of the warframes, things like that, and I happen to like all the mechanical aspects of it, kind of like those who like Gundam Wing, when it comes to anime, or maybe when it comes to the military, like breakaways of guns and stuff like that. I just love that kind of thing. So one of the things I'm trying to do here is not clash with the original architecture, but still add a flair to it. And there was a point in time I had extra platinum and didn't know what to do with it, so there were things I was getting, didn't know what to do with it. So there you go. I've also tried to incorporate that into the design as far as what I'm going for. And yeah, there could be some symbolic reference to some of the stuff, like why I chose green. Green doesn't happen to be my favorite color. It would be purple. And I would argue that the energy colors that I use are actually pink or magenta. They're not purple. I've used purple. I don't prefer the purple for anything that I've done. I've tried it before. I guess using my own personal favorite colors haven't worked out too well for me. And the same with blue. You're not going to catch me wearing blue in real life, things like that. But for some reason, and gold, yeah, I don't wear gold jewelry. I'll wear silver. But for some reason, in Warframe, it's not the way it works. So I probably would do exactly what I'm seeing here if I lived in Warframe, like actually was a thing. But still, I think it's fun the way it's turning out, like looking up in particular, like the metals, how they shine with the glow, and this look to the architecture of the Tenno, the curves and how things seam together, and S-E-A-N, seam, how those seams are. But then there's other little features, like this little poster right there that I just hid right there in the corner. Some of the stuff that I've added over here, some of the things that I've added over here, particularly on the tabletops, and coming down here. Now, fortunately, when they made the big change to this area, there wasn't a whole lot that I needed to change, because most of it is on the floor already, and it was already positioned where it's at, so it was kind of like, okay, whatever. And in my opinion, I think it looks a lot better because there's more gold inlay. There was a whole lot less, and that was kind of disappointing to me. I'm still struggling to bring out the gold in it. It's not really the same kind of yellow, but I'm contemplating maybe changing my gold standard. Now, I'm not coming off of the gold standard, but I'm just changing what kind of, maybe we're refining. I'm not really so sure. But then we come up to the arsenal, and now this I've spent some time on in particular because I did have it set up a little bit different. Not much changed. I would say up above is what changed the most, but I kind of just added a few things really. But I'm trying to bring out more of the white. The white and the blue, because that was something that I was noticing, that there was a better shade of neon blue to the energy before, and that was kind of why I stuck these up on the ceiling. And it was lost with the change, and that was when I changed things over to a pink energy color, because I figured I could probably bring out some kind of dual pattern if I worked it right, and it's starting to come out, I think, mostly here. And if you look like deeper into it, like where things kind of come together, like the plants even have pink on the top with the energy, but their energy on the bottom is blue, and that coincides with the AE sign, which is for the clan, and other things that I might change with the top sign, like with the white. But I was trying to bring the colors in together, make things stand out, even when it's not actually three-dimensional. It looks it, but it actually is. Alright, now coming down here, and the other side looks exactly the same as this right here. I'm really not focusing on decorating the hallways yet. I put an Oracle cell over by here just for why not. And I'm going to do something with these posters. When I first started this wasn't here. I like it, there's a railjack port, but this wasn't here. This wasn't what it was about. So yeah, like, it's like that poster right there, that was kind of just interesting to me, because I was coming down here, I didn't even know that they added this, and this was after I got the railjack, but I came down here, I was looking at the posters, I noticed something move, and I'm like, board railjack, whoa, wait, I didn't catch that in the memo, what is this? But it might not be a bad thing. It doesn't really get in the way of the pictures too bad. Like this one, it's perfect. In fact, it's not even a big deal. Not with this one, and this, whatever. Pardon me. So the point of the pictures in particular is that I was finding ones that meant something to me, either where, like, I've just gone through these different phases earlier on when I was still learning the lore and trying to get a grasp of what the hell is Warframe exactly. Like, what is going on, and the different Warframes and how they I guess you could say captured my heart. Let's just put it all like that, why not? And like Oberon, he was the second Warframe that I got. Volt was my first one, and he's still my favorite. He's no longer my main. Umbra just broke the barrier and became my most used, but he's actually one of my favorites as well. I would say Umbra is my favorite, but Volt really is my most favorite if I get down to like what I do with him and everything we've gone through and how much I've learned because of being, I guess you could say, squishy. Like, Volt is not a tank in the early stages. You have to bring that out. You have to figure it out. And I'm not a good researcher in the early stages of understanding a game. I typically like getting into it. I'm a kinesthetic thinker, that's why. I can research the hell out of stuff. I'm not going to remember it. I'm not going to know the significance of it. I'm not going to care. But once I start playing a game, I intuitively have that sense of where I should question things, and that was kind of what this was portraying when I picked what art. But the placement of it is supposed to just give you that feeling like you can just get up in here and just kind of like look around. It's just like, wow, there's just all sorts of stuff going on. You might even have to turn your own head sideways to see some of the stuff right. But these two pictures right here, I was starting to play more with how they might connect together, like the shapes of the frames that you can get and whatnot, and that was why I started doing this over here, because if I remember right, I started with these four right over here, and then I went over here, and then I started bringing it over here, and then I put the stuff over here. That's what I remember. And I think that one was the last one, actually. This one way up here was actually the last one. Or no, I'm sorry, this one right here was the last one. That one was up there, and that gave me the idea to do this. And it was doing that made me even do that over here, but I didn't like the way that the street patterns looked as much, so I spaced it more. And I've been sitting on it for maybe about a year. Haven't touched it, but sometimes I just come down here and I'll find myself just looking over the pictures and remembering certain quests that I've gone through that I don't know why my brain just works the way it does, but it just does what it does. Like, the stories go through my head, just things, I don't know. Nostalgia is a part of it, but not a huge part of it. There's something else. A lot of it is like trying to contemplate where they're taking the story. And yeah, then there's all this other stuff, the different rooms, but we'll get into that later. And here we have the transference room. I have done some decorations up in here. Let's see here. We have to go at a different angle to get a good view of them all, but the hallmark would probably be the columns with my Warframes on top. And I have no idea what is going on with that one. It's not even showing. There's been some hotfix updates, and I've been noticing some weird things going on, so pardon any little glitches. Like, I did not even know that that was there, but nonetheless, I still have my rows of Warframes, and particularly the ones that I like playing. I like scanning the crap out of everything, so there you go. And yes, my mantra: truth, justice, and mercy. I am a Christian. I do feel very strongly about this principle here. I feel that I can be friends with the Tenno, and I like what they're about, and this game in particular doesn't cross any lines with me. Yes, it's pretty violent, but you're killing bad guys, so I don't care. So, it is my mantra, and I do support others who feel in similar thought to me as well. Not much else to show in here. I am changing some decorations, like between these two sides. I'm going to make it like this, move those other plants back here. That's going to be something in the future. I'm just trying to work out alignment things. It actually took a while to master what was going on with the new decorations, but I got it. Now I'm just being lazy. But yeah, transference room. Welcome to my quarters. Does it feel comfortable? Almost like you could be outdoors? Because that's the idea. And by outdoors, I don't mean like the great outdoors. Like, seriously. No, I mean, like, you know, like outdoors. Like the dirt and the creek and the birds. And even the pollen dust that causes histamines and, you know, all that junk. You know, we can play games and stuff, and, you know, and there's people that we appreciate, but monsters we have to disintegrate. I met the wolf. The Hylon, that's, I don't know what to consider him. Grand boss, like they say. And then friends, yes, about friends and family. Friends and family, and their prize treasures too. You know, right? But yes, here, have a kneel. And have a look from this angle. I'm still holding that the way that the curvature of Tenno architecture is, and like the way that things form into each other, like the seams and stuff, it just makes me feel like I'm in a bathtub. I'm not against it because it does feel clean. It doesn't feel sterile like a hospital. It feels a little bit more like a home bathtub. Like, you know, like your bubble bath. I don't like bubbles, no, but I guess for those who like bubble baths, there you go. Like a bubble bath. And of course we got the aquarium. Nothing impressive in there, nothing rare. Just a bunch of randoms. Or I should say commons. Commonly random. I'm having more fun with this guy. But yeah, there you have it. Alright, we've saved the last for the least important aspect of the ship. Or maybe the most weird, or however you want to define it. I don't know. People have mixed feelings of it. Some people love it. I personally think it's a little weird. I've always thought it was weird, but I'm still... whatever. I'm on the fence of what I think. But, yes, this room over here. And that's why I have this picture here, is because it's like, it's a lock in my opinion. I'm not really so sure why the operator can't go in there freely. It makes sense to me why you need this Warframe in particular, the Nidus Warframe, to get in there, or when your oil that is on any other Warframe you start with starts to get overgrown, why you can come in here. But yeah, okay. And I only say this for the last because it's not really changed in any way. Oops, I don't know if I left the door open because of that. I didn't decorate it like these other rooms, for instance, which we have gone through. Yeah, I left the door open. Okay. But yeah, I haven't decorated it on the inside. I do plan to. plan to get plants and other things, I guess. Can't put fish in there. That'd be awesome if we could put like robotic fish in there. But maybe we're not supposed to. And it's just a thing to me. It's like there's all this life on this ship. For a while, I thought we were alone on this thing. It felt like sterile in a way. Like, and I don't mean the bathtub feeling. I meant like a different kind of sterile. Like, we're literally, Ortis ain't alive. That's why, and there's more to Ortis and all that stuff. And before the Kubro, before the Kavat, before the Sentinels, thought it was just me, some metal, not even this Warframe, but Volt, the first one I got, and Ortis. And this room, can it be trusted? Can this thing be trusted? I mean, it gives me the feeling like it needs to be trusted. It's a necessary evil. Or is it really evil?